Um, we can talk about what that looks like at the end. I want to just finish up my review because what you said about like you feel like you're constantly being tortured, that you're going to have no choice.
I feel like the injection is torturing me.
But I'm not talking about the injection. I'm talking about the programming.
Oh,
So do you think
yeah,
that
but
you?
it's not just one thing. It's a combination of what's going on offline and online.
So what is going offline that's torturous to you? The
Well,
injection? Anything else?
yeah, you guys making out to my ex-wife that I'm a threat to her and my child when I'm not, and I'm actually quite supportive of them. No respect for the fact that John Keys, I never actually did threaten to kill him, and that it was a UN staff member, and that's why we ended up where we are with mental health and where we're here today.
But then
You
you
know,
know,
and that they're all things that contribute to that
I can see
mindset
that.
of where I come to the conclusion you guys are trying to do me in.
But
You know,
he,
and to live in pain,
mm,
and the injection makes pain far more worse than better. So my migraines are much more intense on the higher dose than what I was getting a month ago.
yeah.
And that's to me that's torturing because you, you you don't know what it's like to go through that sort of pain. It's and I don't get any support or anything for that. I just live with it and put up with it.
Mm.
I don't even moan about it.
But I guess what worries me is, like you said, this accumulating stress, and you feel that if the torturing continues,
Well, the
then you'll have no
accumulation
active
is
choice.
over a long period of time, but
Do you think you'll act
no,
on killing the prime minister or
no,
her
I
child?
won't. If I was going to do
How?
that,
But
I
how
wouldn't,
can you? But how can you be so sure?
because I wouldn't fucking be complaining about it if I was going to act. If I was going to act, you wouldn't hear any complaints, you wouldn't hear boo from me. You'd just see lots of bits of people flying around in the air. And I'm not that sort of a person. It goes against what I believe in.
Are there other reasons for you to not act?
That's probably the only reason.
So you don't believe in violence? Is that what you mean? But it goes against your beliefs?
Well, it goes against my beliefs, but I can see that there is a need for it sometimes.
Okay. That you would be enacting?
No, just with people.
Okay. Is your family reason to not act?
No,
Okay. What about legal consequences? Is that reason to not act?
no.
Okay. So you don't care about the legal consequences.
I wouldn't act because I wouldn't do something like that. But I'm saying that, hey, look, this is the sort of, through going through the motions of what's going on and happening, that's the sort of where you end up sitting there going, well, fuck, these guys are trying to do me and they are fucking me over. And if you do that to a person, well, what's going to happen inevitably? I'll tell you, I won't do it, but the next person who comes along that you do this to will probably shoot you all dead.
That's what
Because
I'm
they
worried
probably
about.
won't have the mental strength that I've got and the understanding of people and dynamics of life that I've got. I'm a rare cookie. Not too many people lived a life like I've lived, or lived with both extremes of knowing, the wealthy and the educated and elite to knowing the layman on the street.
Okay. And those are reasons for you to not act because you have the mental strength and it goes
Yeah.
against your beliefs.
Yeah.
And that's just not who you are. But you said earlier, if you treat me like this, I will act like a terrorist. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by act like a terrorist?
Look at the behaviour in the video. If you treat someone like that, that's what happens. You get outbursts. And I walk away from that, Gwen, and let it be well known that I walk away from that, I'll answer my door and I'm polite as. Okay? And respectful and not drag anyone else into it. And people know that and understand it. I don't take it out on the whole world, but I feel like it's been taken out on me.
So you feel confident that even when you feel at your highest peak of agitation, when you want to act in terrorist ways, that it's more about
I'll probably be more likely to pick the fucking computer up and throw it through the window.
as as opposed to hurting anyone.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever felt close to in the last 6 months needing to defend yourself against the government, like thinking that you would physically hurt anyone
Nah,
that comes to your door?
No, I want to do it legally and properly. And that's what I'm hoping to come out of the process.
Yeah. Are you having any panic attacks currently?
No.
Are you having any significant depression, like thoughts of suicide, like you want to end your life?
Well, I think you guys are making me feel suicidal.
Okay. What do you mean by feeling suicidal?
Killing yourself.
Yeah, like but have you had serious thoughts about ways to end your life?
Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell us what they are?
Drugs.
Using drugs?
Yeah.
What kind of drugs?
I'll probably use something like a lethal dose of morphine.
To like overdose, you mean?
Yeah.
So you were so angry with us that you thought the only
No, it's nothing to do with anger.
Uh-huh.
It's to do with the way that you're psychologically affecting me. You know, you're being so destructive with me when I'm actually a really good person. I'm a nice guy. I'm fair as, but if you fuck with me on the internet, it's over. You know?
Have we done that to you on the internet?
I don't know. Are you involved in any of the monitoring and hacking?
Okay, so you're saying that the ongoing torture puts you at risk for suicide?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you, besides drug overdose, do anything else to end your life?
I might walk in front of a train or something.
Okay,
But that one doesn't really appeal to me.
What doesn't appeal to you?
Doesn't really appeal to me. Involves too much pain. And ultimately, I sort of think euthanasia, if I put a bit of attention onto it and brought up my records over the last 10 years, I know I'd qualify.
And how long has this suicidal thoughts been for you?
Since you mentioned the word injection again after making that contract with me.
But even before then, you've had suicidal thoughts before. When did that first start for you?
Oh, no, ever since I was born.
Since you were young?
Yeah, I mean, I've had trauma my whole life. You know, my mother dumped me in a suitcase at the tip when I was 3 years old. You know?
I didn't know that.
You know, I've had trauma after trauma after trauma my whole life.
Well, that's why we wanted to offer counseling for you. Like
that's what the judge said I needed counseling for.
And you're next on our list. But when it was, I think when Fausto mentioned it to you, it didn't seem like you were in a place to receive it. Are you saying now you're in a place to receive it?
Look, I should have been receiving it fucking since the day I met you guys.
You were waitlisted.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's 4 years.
But you had psychology at Menaki House when I was going through the notes.
8 sessions.
Only 8. You don't think that was enough?
No.
And what was the 8 sessions in Menaki House? What was that? What did that cover for you?
Wasn't with Menaki House. It was with private psychologists.
Oh, it was private. Okay. Was that paid for by Menaki House or by you?
Paid for by Menaki House.
Do you remember what that covered?
I don't know. I can't remember.
And have you gotten counseling anywhere else?
No. I'm Man Alive, but I can't do counselling with Man Alive anymore.
Why is that?
Man Alive and me used to be involved in the Fathers movement, and we saw things differently, and one of the counsellors had to leave who was involved. So we don't have any association with each other.
What movement is it?
Man Alive.
You said the Fathers movement?
Yeah.
What's the Fathers movement?
We were just called that the Fathers movement. We used to protest outside judges' houses. I mean, I helped abseil down the district court to judges' chambers and protested.
Okay, never heard of that. Like father, like Father, like
yeah.
father, mother. Okay.
It was in the Herald, in the Weekend magazine in 2006.
I see. So those are the 2 times you've had counseling.
Yeah.
Was there any other time that you can think of?
Oh.
Well, you have the opportunity to have it here if you think it would be helpful, especially if you have a history of trauma in your life. Trauma has a way of impacting your emotional resiliency and making you more vulnerable to stress in your life, psychology can help target that. But psychology help here is really about what you want out of it. So just have a think if you were to get psychology again, what you're looking after. Okay? Because I know that the courts will be asking us about that. So I just want to go back to just to finish out the assessment. I mean, you said that all of these beliefs happened 4 years ago. But when you think back, do you think it's happened longer? Like these beliefs of being persecuted, that others are following you, not following you, monitoring you.
No, I'm not paranoid.
Okay.
Okay, I'm totally not paranoid. I'm the most unparanoid person you can be, but I'm very, I've got great foresight and I'm usually right when I foresee things.
I know that you say you're not paranoid, but by definition, when you tell me that you're being electronically tortured,
Mm-hmm.
that's paranoia, actually.
No, it's not. It's not if it's happening, Quinn.
Okay.
If it's fucking happening, it's happening, isn't it? Would you like to see a video on my phone of it?
Okay. No, we'll leave that. We'll leave that for the courts, remember? Okay. So in terms of, let's reframe the language. When, because you said 4 years ago is when this started happening, but when you think
Well, it's
back to
been
your earlier
happening
life,
since 2010 to be precise.
okay, so that's actually 12 years ago.
Yep.
What first happened?
Well, what first happened is the interference with my YouTube channel, and then it progressed and went on for months, and it was line-based attacking. Then I got involved with the Prime Minister's office because we found out that it was Al-Qaeda who were attacking, and they sent some death threat videos of some executions, which I was involved in handing over to the SIS. And after that, everything's just been shit ever since. That was 2010.
Do you want to ask what year was your brain injury?
2008
Right.
or 2009, I think. 2008 or 9, I can't remember.
It's in your record, but I generally like to hear from you if you want to talk about it. If not, I can just look at the record.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the brain, like what happened? Is that something you want to talk about?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
That's okay. So currently, with the suicidal thinking, like you said, that's happened for a long time for you, and it, from what I remember, it's on and off for you, right? Like there are times when it's not there, and there are times it's present. Is that right? And so recently, because of the injection, it's present for you.
What's that?
Huh? The suicidal thinking, right?
Well, it's not that. Yeah, well, it is that. It's because you've given me the injection again and it's fucking me up.
Well,
I
do
can't
you think
cope
you need
with
to
it.
go into the psychiatric hospital? Like,
No, I think you guys need to stay the fuck away from me and stop drugging me and let me settle down.
But if you're telling me that you're having suicidal thoughts and you have intent to end your life,
I don't have intent to end my life.
so what
Already
stops you?
explained to you at the top.
What stops you from ending your life?
Because it goes against my spiritual beliefs.
Okay. That's helpful.
Yeah, that's why euthanasia, if I can qualify, is something that I'd take as an option. Because I'm not actually killing myself then, am I?
So it's not in your own hands.
Yeah. Well, it is in my own hands, but
like
it's done legally.
I see. You would, and you said that you want things to be done legally, to be done in a court of law. Okay. Is Justine, your family, are there reasons for you to not end your life?
No.
So it's mainly about your personal values and your spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Now, currently, do you have feelings of like hopelessness, guilt, shame, any of that?
No, but I feel pretty fucked over. I don't know how else to put it, other than I feel like I'm being set up and fucked over, and this is a repeat act of what happened last year.
Do you feel like we're abusing you?
Yeah.
Because earlier you said
No,
psychologically.
I know I'm probably being abusive with my speech and that, but it's because I feel abused by you guys. Very much so. And I think this whole process and everything is an abuse. Because, I mean, shit, I had a job and was quite stable in my life and everything. Since I've had this I in mind met you guys, I've been screaming out, hey, look, I'll lose my job because you're dragging me and I can't do physical work like that. And lost my job.
But even when the IMI was dropped down to 25 at Manaki House,
I'd already
seemed
lost
like-
my job.
but it didn't seem like things got better for you.
Or it didn't change anything because what was still going on was still happening.
The torture.
Well, yeah, that's how.
Is that part? Do you think that interferes in your ability to work? The torture.